Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. It's early April 2021 and the latest version of the free mod of the A-29B Tucano is out, version 0.1.7b. It has many new features added. You can see a list of the main features. Let's go through them one by one. First of all, we now have a training mission to teach you how to do the cold start, which has changed slightly since our previous cold start tutorial, simply because these mods will change over time as they're developed. So from our main menu, training, we're going to click on our A-29B community main, click on cold start, click on start. We're now fly, and what you'll see is, like any training mission, text will come up at the top right and it will tell you what to click.
The A-29B Super Tucano is a Brazilian light attack aircraft designed,
and that will talk you through the procedures. Other training missions will be added as we go, which is great. We're in the cockpit now. Some textures added. The UFC casing here now has textures on it. You can see menu, main, dobber up and down, HUD, stuff like that. Also the stick and the throttle now have textures. They were just kind of blank before, so you've got lovely textures on the throttle and textures on the stick, as you can see there. A sub mode on the UFC now complete. If I were in the main screen of the UFC, which I am now, by the way, if you want to ever get back here, just click double left, a bit like the F-16. If we click VV here, 1, we go into this screen. This allows us to configure our HUD and our ADI here. So currently we are off. That means that we show our velocity, magnetic heading, and altitude in box single display format, as you can see here. We can go up on the dobber to velocity, altitude, heading, click M select. Now we can see it in a more traditional tape format. The heading is now a magnetic heading tape. The speed is now a speed tape. And the altitude is an altitude tape. So it still tells you exactly the same. It's just how you visualize it on the HUD. And if you wanted to add VV, VSI, vertical velocity, we can do that as well. Dobber down, M select. Added a fourth tape, VSI, vertical velocity there. And we can see added down here on the ADI as well. Moving to the exterior, we now have a new external 3D model with new animations. We also now have a working speed brake. Yay! We also now have a decent looking propeller animation. Also have improved external lights. Not perfect yet, but they're better than they were. If I just turn everything on, for instance. So we can see the effect of the lights on the ground, but thus far we still don't have the actual kind of bulbs glowing, which would be nice. Next, I'd like to show that we can remove the pylons for super slick running. Remember, you need to be shut down and canopy open for this. We're going to press the rearmament menu. We're going to right click on the pylons or the station, remove pylon, remove pylon, remove pylon, remove pylon, remove pylon.
Request rearming. Copy.
Ta-da! Super clean. The last thing we'd like to show is that we now have a new method of bombing. CCRP, continuously computed release point. This is going to allow us to bomb not just in a dive, but level or even in a climb and lay down long ripples of bombs, as we'll see. So we're going to unpause now. Just going to set ourselves up first. Master mode, air to ground. Next, let's get our safety set up. So live fire, master arm on. Next, we're going to go down to our SMS page, so our left screen in this case, schools management screen there. We currently are equipped with 5 times Mark 82 non-guided 500-pound bombs. We can drop them in singles or pairs. How many bombs we want to pulse here, or how many singles we want to pulse, basically how many bombs we want to drop in this case. So repetition pulses here. 5, I want to drop 5 bombs with 5 pulses, enter. The distance between the impact of each bomb, of each single bomb, 12 meters here. I don't want that. I want to change that to, I don't know, 16 meters there. Enter. Fusing nose, tail off. I'm going to go nose, tail here to make sure. Make sure we are changed to CCRP from CCIP, which will be our standard. That is our bombs there, set up and ready to go. Next, we need to select a waypoint to bomb on. Currently, the only way to select a point to bomb on with CCRP is to select a waypoint. There are two methods of getting a waypoint into this aircraft. One, from the mission editor, which is what we've done this time round, or two, from the UFC input here. I'm not going to show that today, but if you go and watch our previous video on how to do the navigation, waypoint entry, you can see how to do that. So, I'm going to select waypoint 1, which is over our target. I'm going to use the incrementer to go from 90 down to 1. That's one selected. Now I'm going to look at our target, which is over here somewhere. If I point our aircraft towards the waypoint, which will be displayed as a diamond on the ground, and eventually, ta-da, we'll see our symbology. There is the target on the ground. Here is our azimuth guidance line. Now we are going to lay down a strip of bombs, so we want to come in on the correct radial to do that, which means that we're going to head left and then come in from a different angle. In terms of altitude, it's going to depend on the target and what threat they are. Generally speaking, the higher, the less accurate you're going to be. These guys will fire at me, so I'm going to make sure that I'm above 5,000 or 6,000 feet. Speed, generally speaking, the faster the better in an aircraft like that to minimise time over target. When we're dropping the bombs, we can be in a slight dive or a slight climb, or ideally be absolutely level. Check our radial out there. We can start coming in now. Distance to target, as you remember, is waypoint 1 and 5 nautical miles shown there. Rolling in on radial now. 5,500 feet. Once we're on radial, make sure our velocity vector circle is aligned with our azimuth steering line, which we can see there, and keep it as centered as we can throughout the drop. When a circle appears, I'm going to press and hold the weapon release button. I'm going to put some power on as well. A bit of a crosswind here, which is why I'm rolling a bit funny. 1.9 miles, still got a way to go, yeah. Press and hold weapon release button. Watch the cue drop down towards the velocity vector, at which point the bombs will drop. Bombs away. Let's go and see how accurate we were at about 5,000 feet there. I think we were in a slight dive. They will impact at about 12 or 16 meters separation. Hopefully they won't hit each other. Boom, 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 boom. That was pretty good, Simba. That was pretty good. I'm afraid I think I've killed them all. Right, Simba, can you come on your run when you're ready, please?
10 seconds. Release.
You can do this with the cluster bombs as well if you like. Dun 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 dun. Very nice, Simba. Right, that's what we're going to show. We look forward to the next version. Anything you want to add, Simba?
Nope, gets better every time we see it.
Hurrah!